Hello, Heather here. We've spoken about aligned values and the heart to heart connection being the foundation of real love. Today, we go deeper because this is where most relationships quietly break down. Let's talk about intimacy. And no, I don't mean sex. Intimacy means into me see. And that one truth explains more relationship pain than almost anything else. You can have chemistry, you can have attraction, you can even have consistency and still never quite cross into real partnership. Because intimacy isn't about how often you touch. It's about how deeply you let yourself be seen. I once worked with a man who genuinely couldn't understand why none of his relationships ever moved into a long-term live-in partnership. He was nice looking, successful, kind, emotionally intelligent on the surface, and women enjoyed being in his company. And the relationships lasted weeks, sometimes months, but they always ended the same way. And when we really looked at it, the common thread wasn't commitment issues. It was emotional distance. He shared stories, he shared opinions, he shared experiences, but he never shared himself. No fears, no vulnerability, no emotional exposure. There was nothing for a woman to emotionally lean into. So the relationship stayed pleasant, but never bonded. This isn't about men being bad at intimacy, and it's not about women wanting too much. It's about what happens when intimacy doesn't feel safe. Because when someone can't let themselves be seen, connection hits a ceiling, and eventually the other person feels alone, even while partnered. And here's the other side of this. Many women think they're being intimate, but they're actually performing strength. They're sharing facts, not feelings. Competence, not vulnerability. Capability, not softness. So you get two people showing up, but neither one is truly open. True intimacy is when you can say, "This is me, not the polished version." It's when you don't have to manage someone else's emotions, when you don't have to stay guarded, when love feels safe enough to soften into. That's when relationships move forward naturally. That's when commitment deepens without pressure. That's when love becomes a place of peace instead of effort. This is why Valentine's Day can stir up so much emotion. It's not about wanting a partner. It's about wanting connection that feels real, not surface romance, not chemistry alone, but intimacy that holds you. The people I work with don't struggle with love because they're broken. They struggle because intimacy hasn't felt safe, often for a very long time. When that changes, everything changes. Who you attract, how long relationships last, how love actually feels in your body. If you recognise yourself in this as a person who longs to be seen, or someone who wants deeper connection but doesn't know why it keeps stopping short, reach out, because intimacy isn't about doing more. It's about allowing yourself to be seen. And when love becomes into me see, that's when it finally has room to grow.